Hi, my name is Jody Miller, and I am one of the deaf and hard of hearing teachers with Northeast Metro 916 School District. And I wanted to show you one of the FM systems that many of our students are using these days. The system is called a mini microphone. And this is the system that the teacher wears. It has a clip, so it can either clip to your shirt like this. Otherwise, it does have a lanyard, and you can wear that around your neck if that's more comfortable for you. This device connects to the student's ear level device, and the students that use the mini mic are students that have bone anchored hearing aids. Sometimes we call them a BAHA. Here's an example of a BAHA. This piece is a magnet, and this connects to the back of the student's head to a magnet that is inside of their skull. So in order to get these two devices to work together, we need to do a few things. Most students are trained on this, but just in case they're not, I'm going to teach you as well. On the mini mic, the first thing we need to do is power it on, and there's a gray button, and you're going to hold that down and you will see a green flashing light. That means the mini microphone is turned on now. So now I'm going to turn the student's BAHA on, and I'm going to do that by closing this battery door, and I'm going to put the BAHA up to the microphone on the iPad so that you can hear it. You're going to hear a series of 10 beeps. Okay, this BAHA is working now, and I can tell because I can hear feedback. Can you hear that? That means it's working. Now, in order to get the BAHA and the mini mic to talk to each other, we need to turn the BAHA to a channel. And in order to turn it to a channel, we simply hold down this button on the top of the BAHA for just about 2 seconds, and you will hear a little musical chime. And then that will mean that the BAHA is now in channel 1. Many of our students are programmed to be on channel 1. We have a few students that are programmed to be on channel 2. So if that's the case, you would hold it down, hear a series of musical chimes, and then you would push the button, hold it down, and hear a second series of chimes, and that would indicate that the BAHA is actually in channel 2 now. So I'm going to turn this student on to channel 1. Now I'm going to listen to make sure it's connected, and I'm going to do that just by putting it up to my ear and tapping. I cannot hear that tapping. That means I'm not connected, so I'm going to try it again. Okay, I think I'm connected. I'm going to do another listening check. Okay, I'm going to show you what this sounds like. I'm tapping on the mini microphone, and you can hear it through the BAHA. That means the two are connected. The mini microphone also has a few other buttons that you should be aware of. Here is a volume button, a volume up and a volume down. And to be honest with you, I don't think most of these even work for adjusting the volume, so you really don't need to worry about them. But what you do need to know about is this little button right here in the middle, and that's the mute button. In order to activate the mute button, you simply push it down, and you will see a flashing kind of orange light, and that means that the microphone is muted. That means your voice is not being delivered to the student's BAHA. You are going to want to put the microphone on mute anytime you go to the restroom, or maybe have a private conversation on the telephone or with a student and that you don't want the hard of hearing student to hear. To unmute it, you are going to push that same button, and that light is going to go off, and then you are now delivering your voice to the student's ear again. So one of the tricky things about the BAHA and the mini mic is that when they are apart from each other for 5 minutes or longer, they disconnect. And so they're going to need to be reconnected. And to reconnect it, you are going to do the same thing where you hold the button down here and get it back into channel 1. So it's really going to be the student's responsibility to reconnect every time the devices disconnect. So after lunch, after recess, after specialists possibly, and anytime maybe the student goes to the bathroom and then comes back into the classroom, you're going to want to make sure that you're reconnected with each other. And a simple way just to check for students who aren't really good about figuring out if they're disconnected is to whisper a question into the mini microphone that requires a student to actually generate a response to you more than yes or no. So sometimes I just say, like, what's your favorite food? Or I love chocolate, do you? And then the student has to actually respond to me, and that's how I know that I'm connected to them. Okay, there's a few other things that you need to know about the BAHA, or I'm sorry, about the mini mic. So right here is the charging port, and the charger is much like a cell phone charger. Here's the wall charger, and you're just gonna plug it in, and it will only go in one way. If you force it in the other way, you're gonna break it. The mini mic needs to be charged every night at the end of the school day until the following morning, and on weekends it can be plugged in Friday night and unplugged again on Monday morning. It is different than a cell phone in terms of overcharging and then the battery dying, so don't worry about that. So when it's holiday breaks or long weekend breaks, don't worry, it's going to be fine if it's plugged in that whole time and charging. Another button you need to know about, or I'm sorry, not a button, but a jack, I guess, is this auxiliary jack on the bottom. The kids each have something called a patch cord, and this cord plugs into the bottom of the mini mic, and then it plugs into the headphone jack on computers or iPads. This allows the student's ear level device, their BAHA, to become their headphone in that ear so that they can access media productions. Some students have a splitter so that they can have a headphone in their good ear and then their BAHA as their headphone in their bad ear. Some kids don't. I think that's all for now, I guess, at this point. So you just want to make sure, again, that you power it on and off with this button. You see it's off when the light is red, and just wear it appropriately. You want to wear it so that it's about this far from your mouth, because then you're this far from the student's ear no matter where you are in the classroom. Thanks for all you do with the students. We really appreciate it.